time for the Susan Taylor Podcast, where we discuss the yoga of mind, medicine, and healing. Author of Feeling Good Matters, Sexual Radiance, and the Vital Energy Program, Dr. Taylor imparts authentic knowledge and practical tools that inspire, educate, and empower us to be a healing force for positive change. So join us and take your life and our planet to the next level.
Hello and welcome to Podcast 68, Create the Force for Transformation. I'm back from India and the Kumbh Mela, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about that. And I'm excited to be back to share with you all the things that I've gotten to experience and learn. The Kumbh Mela is celebrated for thousands of years and embodies, the spirit of an unbroken tradition. It's the mystique of the Kumbh Mela that's legendary, and it occurs at a place and time when the planets and the constellations are perfectly aligned, and it creates a certain energy vortal that allows, just certain things to take place in creating a powerful vortex of spiritual energy and transformative potential. And when we have destructive forces which are so present now, such as fear, anger, violence, or even hopelessness, what happens is our conviction, our enthusiasm for life in ourselves, or even with all of humanity, we need to have high caliber practices. And what we did at the Kumbh Mela, and it was led by Pandit Rajmani Tiganayath, we did the Rudra Yoga, which is a practice that enables us to navigate these turbulent times that we're all experiencing, which restores the vitality of not only our body, but rekindles the vitality of our mind. And it helps us engender both love and compassion within ourselves, within the family, within society. So I'm very enthusiastic about bringing this energy field to you and to the whole community and share what I have learned. And with some of you who did come along, I'm pretty excited about the whole thing. Today, I want to just talk about the resilience training that's up and coming, and it's that webinar series that I positioned to follow this event so that I could provide the foundation principles and practices to help you discover and reconnect to that inner vitality, again, helping you engender the love and compassion within yourself so that it can be poured out to both family and society. So thanks for joining us today. And, coming off a 2-week vacation is the first time in over a year that we actually took 2 weeks off. I hope you're interested in continuing and being part of this community because I'm very excited about the new energy that's going to be sprinkled and infused within our community members and our courses that we're going to be providing. Let me just talk a little bit about the Resilience Training webinar series. And as I said, it was positioned to follow this event so that I can provide those foundation principles and practices that are so needed right now so that we can reconnect to our core vital energy and help us heal, nourish, and transform our life and the life and the whole community as a whole. The course has been designed to deliver the knowledge and practice, or all those practices, that we could collect, contain, and circulate our energy. And working with the mind, my whole concept is to really have people live with a vital mind. And that vitality allows us to live with radiance, radiant living, for example. And that helps us to be both vital with mind, body, and to really get into the part of our soul that really conducts all of this for us. You see, we're veiled every time we have negativity or any doubt or any worthlessness feelings and don't have trust. We put a veil over our own soul, our spirit. And what that does is it decreases our vitality. People are talking about resilience now, real resilience starting in the mind, and I've said that, or to bounce back in times of adversity. And I really want to turn this around. There is no adversity. Everything is a platform of energy. And when we learn, and that's what Rudra Yoga was all about, when we learn to really work with all the energy fields, there's no judgment here. We're just working with life as an energy field. We then can chart the course of our life. So instead of heading for the waterfall where we're going to plummet, we actually can hear it before we're way upstream, and we're able to navigate our boat to where we want to be to live with vitality. So this resilience that we're talking about is something that is within our own mind. But once our mind gets clear of any of the adversity that exists, we no longer need to be resilient because we look at life a little bit differently. We're stepping back. We're stepping back and reviewing and looking at life as an energy field rather than an incident of occurrence. Do we need that resilience? Well, of course we need to start looking at our own concept of how we look at life. As humans, our minds are constantly reliving the past and plannings of the future, which creates scenarios that seldom even come to pass. That's where our worry, our worthlessness, our lack of trust, anxiety, which is so big right now, comes. And over time, this undirected activity is detrimental to our health, leading to a breakdown of ourselves, and we create the disease process. So one way you can enhance your life and improve your intelligence, because we have this innate intelligence, and move beyond what the status quo is right now, is to shift our focus on the core essence of our vitality, of our being. And we know how resilient we are based on how we feel. Do we feel vital? Before I left, I put a resilience self-assessment tool on the website. If you haven't seen it yet, please go to drsusantaylor.org or .com, and see. You could take that self-assessment tool and see. I did it for somewhat of fun, but somewhat to also show us where are we on our resilience scale. Everything I did was in a positive realm because I believe in only positive is necessary to make the change. We don't need to rehearse anything negative. That's a waste of our time and sends us down the rabbit hole, as we would say. So let's work with positive energy. Remember, when we strengthen our positive attributes, the weak ones will fall away. And I'm interested in your strengths. That's what I'm interested in helping you really see. Look at your strengths. And that's how you become that healing force of transformative change within yourself, within the society, and within others. That's the way it happens. And I invite you always to write to me to really take some of the courses, just listen in on the podcast so that you can discover your strengths that will make you resilient, actually. So keep that in mind. I'd like you to join me. Remember, I talk about collecting, containing, and circulating our energy. The work that I do is based on mind and medicine so that you can have the science with the practices. And I'm willing to talk with you, meet with you privately, do anything that it takes. But I'm very enthusiastic, as you can hear right now, to help you discover that innate force within yourself and move forward, be part of the community, and be part of the vision of this whole collective consciousness that's really out to move this forward. Let's let go of all the negative, all the fears, all the worries, and know who you are, and that's the key. So join me for the new Resilience Training webinar series online course, and we'll discover and reconnect to our vital energy. And that brings us to the end of this episode. The Susan Taylor podcast does come out every week, and it's available on susantaylor.org, iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, and other podcast platforms. Visit susantaylor.org for more information or to contact us with any questions, comments, or feedback. You can also email your comments to feedback@susantaylor.org, and we'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to get involved, join us on the Healing Force Facebook group at the susantaylor.org Facebook site. And thank you again for listening. And until next time, remain calm, consciously aware, living in the moment.